Welcome to this Pride of Dakota feature. When you purchase a piece of jewelry for either yourself or as a gift for someone else, you want something that will match the personality and style of the individual wearing it. What if you could also find a high-quality piece of jewelry that was handcrafted just for that individual? In this episode, we'll visit with Jane Cody from JS Custom Designs about their line of personalized jewelry that also helps tell your family story. JS Custom Designs was started in 2001 by Jane Cody in Fargo, North Dakota. JS Custom Designs specializes in creating handcrafted jewelry at affordable prices. Joining us on the phone is Jane Cody. Jane, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me today.
So, not only do you carry both metal and hypoallergenic jewelry, but you also carry a line of personalized family jewelry. What is personalized family jewelry?
Well, it started out originally, I was doing bracelets with the initials of grandchildren or children with their birthstones. And then I developed a necklace that's a family tree, and it's done with rhinestones that are embedded into the tree with a glaze on it, so it protects it and it will not, the stones won't fall off. And you can actually add to that tree if you would get a new member to your family. So there's always ways of, it's not something that you just have to have this one of and then, oh, I've now got a new grandchild and I need to add a stone. It's very easy to add to the tree as well.
Wow, talk about a flexible piece of jewelry.
Absolutely.
So I also understand that you can update a piece of jewelry that's been handed down through the generations as well.
And that's exactly how I got my company started, is because I inherited my mother's jewelry, and it was kind of dated, but there were some beautiful stones and pieces in there. I took it apart, redid them into something more modern and easy to wear, and gave to family members, and that's actually how the company began in the first place.
Well, I mean, and I think that would just make it even more personalized, knowing that here's a stone or a piece of jewelry that has been in the family for quite some time. I mean, in fact, my wife, in her wedding ring, has a diamond that I owned since I was 8 years old.
Exactly, and there it's the sentimental value, and oftentimes people look at that. It's like a picture, only it's a piece of jewelry. When you look at a picture of a family member, when you take and you look down on your wrist and you have a stone that was grandma's or great-grandma's or an aunt, a special aunt or whatever, and you look at that when you're wearing it, it evokes memories, and that's what the idea of that jewelry is all about.
So tell me about the process of customizing a piece of jewelry for someone. If I have a ring that Grandma had handed down, what do we do? Do we sit down and have a conversation about what we're going to do with the ring? Or
absolutely, because that's what we're going to do. It's what I got to get your vision about what you want. If you want a bracelet, or do you want it into a necklace? Do you want that to be the focal point? And then I would oftentimes add other stones to it that would modernize it, but you would still have that focal point of that piece. But it's always the customer, what they want, and I will design it to their needs.
Speaking of recycling, tell me about your line of recycled wire jewelry.
Well, that's a fun piece that I came up with a couple years ago, and it's actually it's a telephone wire, and people talk about how they would make things years ago, and it's harder to find because we've gone to the digital age and so much, but the wire is cut in, I have to strip it down, and I cut it into strips and take the colors and twist them together and add gemstones to that as well and come up with this really unique recycled wire necklace.
Interesting. And so how did you go about starting to make those?
Well, the irony of the whole thing is that I wanted to learn how to wire wrap my gemstones and that type of thing. And I had this wire, and I thought that was going to be my practice wire. And it's like anything, sometimes what becomes practice becomes, I'm looking at it going, this is way too cool. I got to make these for people. And that's where it came from.
You never know where the next idea is going to come from, do you?
You don't. And that's what people say to me. They said, well, how can you keep making, you say you don't make the same thing over again. I said, I don't. I said, oftentimes when I'm designing one piece, my mind has already gone on to going, oh, if I take that gemstone and I take this gemstone and I've already got the next necklace or bracelet planning in my head as I'm finishing up the last one I did.
So, Jane, if someone wants to learn more information about your jewelry, have something custom made, upcycle a piece of family jewelry, or look at your line of products, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Especially with the people that are looking to personalize, they need to really send me an email to jsdesigns.jane@gmail.com, or call me in particular, 701-729-3692. And we'll meet and discuss it, or we can, I have one idea to email back and forth. She sent me pictures. I sent her pictures. We went back and forth that way. And then you can also go and look on the Facebook at JS Custom Designs and see some of the designs. And the necklaces, the personalized tree are out there.
Well, it sounds like something that would really be a great gift for anyone, because you're carrying that line of family jewelry on to future generations. So I really think that that's an important piece of work that you're doing there. And Jane, I just want to thank you for taking a few minutes to be on the phone with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
For more information on this Pride of Dakota featured member, or to find other feature podcast episodes, visit our website at prideofdakota.com or join the conversation at facebook.com/prideofdakota.